But somebody who's actually experienced this, has been through it, I would not ever. He's a fighter, none other than Daksh Nathani. Daksh, welcome to Chai Time in Quarantine Season 4. Thank you so much for joining us.
Chin, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing? Look absolutely, fresh. Looks like you just hit the gym and you come up.
No, I'm all fit, fine. I'm enjoying at home. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
A fighter, yeah? So,
all right.
Everybody wants to know, each and everybody is worried in today's day and age, agar mujhe hua to, right?
Yes.
What prompted you, and a lot of people are hesitant to actually get, what prompted you to actually go get yourself tested for coronavirus?
So, I had travel history. I had come back from the UK. From my study, I'm studying in UK. I had come back from there. So after a few days, I had called the number which the government had given, 104, and they said if you have any symptoms, you can get yourself tested. But then the government themselves came to my house and they were like, you have had a travel history, and we will have to test you. I was like, all right, that's fine, you can test me. So I got tested, and the next day the results came out positive. So I was a bit shocked. I was like, I don't have any symptoms. How did I test positive? But all right, yeah, I had to go to the hospital out here in Raipur in AIMS. So yeah, I was admitted there for a week. For a week, I was there in AIMS, and it was normal. Like I didn't have any symptoms at all during the whole time in hospital.
So you had no symptoms, not even sneezing, nothing at all. You were fine.
No. Yeah. Just like how I am right now, same way. It's like people really are making a big thing out of it. It's just mentally. Like if you are mentally strong, you will get out of it in no time. Trust me. Like that is the main aim. That's what I want to tell people.
So it's more about battling through your mind.
Yes. Yes, correct.
So what happened when your family was around? Of course, when you were told that you tested positive for COVID-19, what was their reaction?
Well, everyone was shocked, and they had tears in their eyes. Like, how is this possible? He was asymptomatic. He didn't have any symptoms. How is it possible? They were like, they couldn't believe the reports. They were like, the fake reports are fake, and get one more test done. I was like, let's see. Let me go to the AIMS first, and then we'll see if they'll take a test tomorrow, and then we'll see what the result is. So it was positive again. Then I was like, yeah, I am positive. Then I have to deal with it. Then this was in the starting initial phase where the COVID-19 cases were increasing in India. So people were thinking the patients as untouchables. They were treating them as untouchables. They're like, you stay away from them. Like they were behaving as if we are some, I don't know what,
from alien
untouchable. Yeah, exactly. They were so scared. And even now, some people are so scared of me when I go around. Now I'm totally fine to go out. After I got discharged, I was in quarantine for 14 days. So after that, I'm a free bird. Like they tested me again after 14 days, and I was negative again. So I'm a free bird now. I'm a normal human being. Now when I go meet people, some people are still scared of me. They're like, "Dur se baat karo" and stuff like that. I was like, okay, like whatever you think, maybe it's fine. It doesn't bother me anymore.
So how about your family members? Were they also quarantined when this happened, when you tested?
Yes. They were all quarantined at home, but not in the hospital, obviously. But then they all tested negative. So none of them were tested. None of them were positive, thankfully. Which that's a good thing. But one sigh of relief I got when they all tested negative. So yeah.
It's with so much uncertainty around a disease like COVID-19 that people are still trying to figure out how do you keep positive and most importantly patient, because there's so many people, as you rightly said, that they're a little hesitant to greet you, meet you. There are some who with open arms they meet you. So how do you actually stay positive, because there is going to be perception. A lot of we are in this world today that people are perceiving things very differently.
Yeah, so it's just you have to be strong from your mind. Like you just don't care about people who are thinking negative about you, but think about the people who are with you on this side with your journey, whoever was there with you while you were tested positive, and whoever called you or texted you to check on me. Are you fine? How are you doing? Do you have any symptoms? Just see on the positive side and not look on the negative side, because there will be negativities everywhere where you go. So it's better not to look on them and rather look on the positive side. So that helps. That really helps.
Okay, this is going to be a personal question. As soon as you got to know, it's not a push coverage that you wanted to give to the world.
Obviously.
Yeah. Who's the first person that you actually picked up the phone and called and told somebody outside that?
I was like not in the state to pick up any calls. I got some 100 calls that like even before I came to know, people came to know through some news or WhatsApp groups, or like this person has got COVID, because the city I come from, Raipur, is not that big of a city, so everyone knows around, like people know around each other. So a lot of people, my friends, mutual friends, everyone knew me because I'm the one who lives in this colony, and I'm 21-year-old, and I've come from London recently. So these were the details given, and I had got some around 100 calls. And the first call which I picked up was my friends, like to tell him, yeah, this is true. Please tell my word and tell everyone not to call me, because I'm not in a state to pick anyone's call. So he helped me, and yeah, he told everyone, settle down, it's fine. He's test positive. He's going to AIMS now, and it was all fine. Then when I reached the hospital, then I spoke to everyone and told them it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll be back home soon.
Now, one question one of our viewers actually asked, a very valid question, that when you were sent back home from the hospital, what was how did you maintain self-distancing yourself at home when you were in quarantine?
I was in my room. Like I was given breakfast, lunch, dinner in my room. There was a table outside. My parents used to keep the food outside, and I used to collect from there, have it, and used to leave the plate outside. I didn't leave my room because I have all the amenities which I need in the room. Like the water bottles were kept outside, the food was kept outside, and I have the washroom in my room. So don't really need anything more. I have my laptop, I have TV, and obviously my phone. So yeah.
Okay, so all those ones who now wanted to check actually how does he live in social distancing in quarantine, even if you don't have it, if you travel from abroad and come back, not in the past 2 months because obviously the international airports have been shut, but this is how you actually self-distance yourself. And there's somebody who actually wanted to know that how do you find out? Well, when we started the session, he did mention that he had no symptoms at all. He traveled from the UK back to India, and he had no symptoms, but he just tested positive. And they double checked it, and then it was true, and that's the reason they said that he has had no symptoms at all. Am I right, Daksh?
Yes. I was a carrier basically. I was like people with there was a 5% chance of me transmitting it to anyone who I met. Okay. Like the day I came, I met a few of my friends, 4 or 5 of them. So that was a mistake I did. Then on 19th, I landed on the 18th, and then 19th of March, I didn't meet anyone. So there was only the 4 or 5 of them who I met before I tested positive. So it was not a big problem there because they also got tested and it was negative, so it was fine.
Okay, now this is going to be a psychological mind-reading question that one of our viewers has sent in. How scared were you? What was that going on?
Nothing at all.
No?
No, literally nothing. I was wearing we were fully equipped. We had a mask on, we had gloves on. I thought it'll be fine. Wasn't really scared. I was traveling back with my friends. We were just chit-chatting, watching movies, and we came back happily, free, without any tension or scare or any fear of COVID-19.
No, while you were there on day one, when you found out and you were told to be hospitalized,
yeah.
And was there a fear that was actually lingering over your head that I've got it, the whole world?
It was not a fear. I was shocked. I don't know how, because I had never heard of asymptomatic cases of COVID-19 till then, when I got tested positive. So when I tested positive, then I checked on Google. Are there any asymptomatic patients? On Google it said 80% of patients are asymptomatic. So I was like, okay, this is not a new thing. I just didn't know of it, and I was not really scared of it. I was prepared. Yeah, I have to get back home soon and be normal and meet everyone back with the family and enjoy.
Yeah, there's somebody who's asked actually, did you inform people that you were in contact with you that you actually had COVID? Yes, he did inform all his friends. Obviously, that couple of hours he didn't have the time and the bandwidth to actually call or talk to anybody once you get to know something like this has happened. But later he did speak to all of his friends and he did inform everybody. And nowadays things like these are going more viral than the virus. So it spreads in the society like nobody's business. So it did go out to town, and he did manage it well. And he spoke to all of them with a very positive mindset. And we can see Daksh extremely fit and positive. What was the post-recovery process like? Like, you said that you were in quarantine for 14 days, but were you told about a particular diet to follow, nutrition, a do
No.
list of
Like,
things?
even in the hospital, I didn't have diet. Like, there was no cure to it, obviously. So they were like, the body will fight it automatically, and you just need to stay positive. How many times you test negative, just stay positive that you will be fine one day. So just stay positive and remain calm. That's what I was doing, because they were giving me antibiotics, which were helping me, which won't allow the virus to go to my lungs. That's what the doctors said. They were giving me hydroxychloroquine, if you've heard of it.
Yes.
So they were giving me that. They were giving that so that the virus doesn't affect my lungs and I don't have breathing problems. So yeah, there were some medications which were given to me in the hospital, but then after when I came home, there was no restriction. I could eat everything, like anything I like. It's my wish, whatever I want to eat. There was no stopping about it.
So did those medicines have any kind of physical effect on you? Did you feel weak?
No.
What was it?
No, nothing at all. Just it's normal antibiotics.
Okay.
When you have a cold or cough, you just take antibiotics to get rid of it. So exactly the same thing. Like hydroxychloroquine is used for the cure of malaria, I think.
Yes, it is.
If I'm right, yes. So that's what.
It's a malaria.
Yes. Yes. So that was two medicines which are given, one antibiotics and one hydroxychloroquine. So yeah.
Okay. And what do you tell people? That is it important? We are washing hands. We are wearing masks. A lot of people are loitering around and gallivanting the streets, thinking mask is not needed. So you want to tell them somebody that how important?
No, mask is the most important thing right now in this world. You go out. The first thing you go out is because you need something very important. Otherwise, you don't go out. Please stay in your home. Stay inside. Stay with your family. Just enjoy home. Like you enjoy these times, you won't get this time back. Second thing, if you want to go out, if you have some important work, please wear a mask and gloves when you go out. And if you're not wearing gloves, please sanitize your hands at regular intervals. I would say that. And please don't remove your mask. Mask is the most important thing. That won't help. Like when you wear a mask, you don't touch your face that often.
So, I think this is the time we've realized that how much do we touch fidget with our face, and how
yes, exactly.
the only most important things that do things in our life, and how much you scratch your eyes, face.
Exactly. I realized that after I got positive. I was like, yeah, I touch my face too often. So yeah, my friends would know. My friends would know who know me very well. They know I fidget with my face and my hair and everything a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, because some time back I went down to the ATM. And there was a gentleman standing right outside a bank waiting for his whatever things to happen. And he had a mask. The mask was in his hand. And while walking, I just passing, I mentioned, "Bhai sahab, mask to pehen lo yaar. To hai na, haath mein rakha hai na maine." So that's the attitude a lot of people have. Ki bhai hai na. So is it, if there are no people around, if there are no 4-5 people, there are no people around, is it okay to remove your mask? Is it okay to remove your mask in the car?
No, not at all. Just wear a mask. It's not harming you in any way. A mask is not harming you in any way, so why not wear it? Mask is for wearing on your face, not to hold it in your hand and roam around with it. To act cool that I have a mask and I'm not wearing it, like I'm very cool. No, like please wear a mask when you go out. And when someone comes to your house, a plumber or a carpenter or anything, please wear a mask and call them inside the house and make them sanitize their hands before they enter your house. If you have any work to be done at home, which is very important.
You mentioned that you came back from the UK on the somewhere in March, right?
18th of March, yes.
18th of March. A lot of people are actually asking what was the situation like when you were there. Was it scary then, or when you left?
That time it was developing in the UK. Like right now, how it's India, it's developing, increasing day by day. In March in UK it was increasing day by day. Like the same amount it's increasing in India, same amount it was increasing in the UK. And the UK government didn't really take any actions about it, I think, because they were too late. They were thinking about the herd immunity, but which they were wrong about. Because herd immunity is not proven, and the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson was thinking that herd immunity will be done and we'll fight through it because of herd immunity. And then later he had to implement lockdown, and which was too late then.
So you are telling people that lockdown is important. Our government has also said it. So you want to tell everybody that how important and why is it? Because you're somebody who's experienced it.
Lockdown is necessary, but then places where the COVID-19 cases are done, all recovered, like in Chhattisgarh right now, there are only 4 active cases, and the whole of Chhattisgarh. Like so, in Raipur there are no active cases right now. So the government of Chhattisgarh has said they've given certain days for each department to open their work from a certain time, from 9 to 3 or 9 to 2, something like that. So obviously, so that the economy doesn't fall, and also people are keeping distance and everything. So like all over India, I think the medical stores and everything, they are not letting the people enter their store. They're just serving them with the gloves and mask on from outside, whatever they want. They're taking the prescription and they're serving it from outside the store. I think that's what's happening.
How long back have you, were you sent back home? Like how many days of quarantine? So when did you come out?
I was there. I tested positive on the 28th of March. I was there in the hospital for a week till the 5th, and then on 5th I got back home, and then 14 days from there.
20th of April, you were asked to.
Yes, 18th or 19th April. I'm not sure. Like I was they tested me again on the 18th or 19th of April. I'm not sure which day. So that they had come home and tested me again. I had tested negative, so they were like, "Yeah, totally fine. You can meet everyone now. You can be a normal human being, so it's fine."
Normal human being.
Like, so, I mean, you can meet everyone and greet everyone and stay with everyone and enjoy with everyone, basically.
Yeah, because it's very unfortunate that people do look at it as something abnormal, and people are very, very cautious and scared.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you in the past? So it's been over a month now, nearly a month now that you've been out and about. And, so do you do basic chores? Do you go? Because it's a small place, as you rightly said, and apne ilake mein
not that small, okay, not that small, but then
No, so I live in Mumbai.
Obviously, Mumbai is very huge.
No, I'm talking about area-wise. If you go down in my shop, you would know my entire history. So same way goes for your.
Exactly.
You go down to the shop, they would know, inka, Nathani ji ka bete ko corona. So that's the norm. So. Do they treat you differently? Is it still perceived differently?
10% of the people, I would say, out of 100.
Okay.
There are still people who are like scared and are hesitating with meeting me, and obviously, but then I tell them it's fine, it's totally fine. I've tested negative now, and you don't need to be scared of them. You need to encourage them and give them motivation so that they can come out of the hospital quickly and be with the family.
See, you've experienced it. We haven't. I haven't. So it's going to be very difficult. I'll be very brutally honest. If tomorrow I knew that you had it, I would also think twice.
Obviously.
To actually shake hands with you or do anything.
I'm not saying to meet me. I'm not saying to meet me. If you're scared, don't meet me. It's fine.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying for general people. As an example, if I had to be around you in close proximity, I would think twice. Is it COVID-19? So I think. So how do actually does it? As you're more educated now about the whole COVID-19 because you've experienced it personally. So is it that scary, or do people have to be so worried and so alert when somebody has got COVID-19 around you?
See, the thing is, when I had COVID-19, I didn't meet anyone. I was in the hospital that moment I was tested positive. Like within 1 hour, I was told to pack my bags, pack some pair of clothes, and rush to the hospital. Like I didn't meet anyone anyways. So tested positive, right to the hospital. And when they left me, they discharged me from the hospital when I tested negative twice continuously. So 2 days negative, and then they discharged me because they want to be sure that he's negative twice and now he can be discharged. So I really didn't come into contact with anyone except the doctor and nurses out there in the hospital.
So there's somebody else who's actually asked, any of your friends who traveled with you, did you travel back alone?
None of my friends traveled with me and they tested negative, thankfully.
So you're the only one who got it?
Yeah.
Okay, but thank you, because you've given us so much information. Not everybody is actually talking about it coming out in the open that मुझे हुआ था. अगर हुआ भी होगा तो पता भी नहीं चलेगा किसी को. But you've actually come out and Daksh, a lot of people who just joined us as well, I would like to tell them that Daksh Nathani is a COVID fighter, a survivor who's battled it in the month of April and is out here fresh, fit, mentally as well as physically. Stop touching your face now. Laksha, thank you so much. Yeah, I know that I'm touching my face and we both are doing it. अरे नुकसान है यार, ये हमसे होना ही है, ये नॉर्मल है यार. अब तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे, आज सैनिटाइज
अब तो मिल भी नहीं रहे अब तो किसी से.
But so the ones who just joined us, Daksh, I would want you to tell them that how are you feeling post this entire COVID-19 disease that you were infected with?
Well, I'm all fit and fine. I was always fit and fine, and nothing really happened. It was just a small virus which people are making a big thing out of it. Just be strong mentally and think positive, and if you have coronavirus, COVID, if you've been positive with COVID-19, please don't be scared and just be positive and optimistic about it, and you'll be out of the hospital in no time. And people who have the patients of COVID-19 around them, please encourage them so that they can fight the coronavirus faster and they can be back home sooner.
Okay, there's somebody, I think it's a friend of yours, Raj
yes.
Vinod Patel, is saying from basement to COVID, he's always, and we're proud of him. Yeah, we're proud of him. You're absolutely the fighter. Somebody asked us, did you have a post party when you came back home? A very light question.
Well, not a party, but then I have a huge we have a joint family. We live together, like 30 of us in one huge
mansion.
Not mansion, I wouldn't say mansion, but then joint houses. We have like all interconnected houses. So my parents obviously threw a party. Then they were like, only the members of the house are allowed, no one from the outside, and we'll have a lunch cooked at our home. Like each house has cooked something and drinks, obviously, which is there in Sindhis, and so we had a party at home.
Dado Sutto.
Dado Sutto, yes. So one more thing. I was praying back to get on the 5th, because on the 5th it was my mom's birthday. So I was like, I just want to get back there, and I won't be there for her birthday because she won't be able to celebrate it if I'm in the hospital.
True. So nice.
So,
Mom had the best gift ever.
Yeah, probably. I hope so.
Daksh, I think, yes, 21-year-old Daksh Nathani, bachelor, who's a COVID fighter, and somebody is asked, what are your post-lockdown plans? You can actually DM him. He will tell you what his lockdown plan is. I'm sure there are people in queue, Daksh, waiting for you to get to know you better about your post-lockdown plan. But before we say bye, one insight that you would want to, one message that you want to give all our viewers who joined us, about COVID and 19 and what should be done. What is the best thing that they should do right now?
So, again, I might repeat myself. I'm sorry, because that is the only thing which can be done right now. Stay home. Don't leave home until unless you have anything important to do. Like if you can get stuff delivered at your home, please get that delivered. Don't leave your place and stay home. Stay safe. Wear a mask if you go outside. Sanitize your hands regularly. Wash your hands frequently, and that's it. And stay positive and ignore all the negativities in life and the pessimistic people who are there to demotivate you always, which is like, I don't know, half the people in the world who are demotivating. So